Hi, and welcome to Coffee with Bev. Today I want to talk to you about past events. You know, the past is never as relevant as we think it is. Everybody's got one. We all have one. And they may not always include good things. Sometimes the past has some really detrimental actions in them. Perhaps you were hurt as a child physically, and now you bear the scar of that pain. Maybe even you were mentally hurt as a child or even abused. Maybe you grew up in poverty, maybe not. Maybe you had wealthy parents that were really not there for you. You know, there's a purpose of the past, so we can have our present, and there's a purpose for the present so we can have our future. But if you get stuck in the past, you're never going to move forward. All of this is about moving forward. You know, life, that journey. Who goes on the journey and stands still? I'm not. A journey is meant to be continuous movement. And along this journey, hopefully, we're going to learn some things. If we come across something and the lesson isn't learned, then we backtrack and we get it again until we learn the lesson. Because we need to carry certain tools in our journey toolbox along the way, and we collect these things from the lessons we learn. Okay, so if we look in our past, let's look back in our past. There are both good things and there are bad things. Now, I don't want you to ignore the bad things, but I don't want you to give them a whole lot of your attention, because then you're turned into a negative individual. And negative people don't do nothing. They don't move forward. They whine. I don't want y'all whining. Y'all my friends. I'm trying to help you. Okay, so if you look in the past and there are some things in your past that make you uncomfortable, write them down. And then I need you to think about those things in a way that you can pull gratitude from it. Okay, I know that sounds crazy. Who gonna be grateful for falling out of a tree, breaking their leg? Let me tell you what you're grateful for. Not the falling out the tree and breaking your leg, but that you fell out of that tree and broke your leg and you learned not to get in that tree again. Grateful for that lesson. Because, man, that was stupid. Ooh, I'm talking about myself, because that did happen to me. But anyway, I did learn that lesson, and I'm grateful. It didn't kill me. Yeah, okay, I broke my leg, but they fixed it. Walking pretty good, too. Dancing, running. You get my drift. You look back into the past, and you pull with you those life lessons that you've learned, because you need them. You need them. Don't be packing them away in some big old suitcase and pushing them in this room filled with a whole bunch of other suitcases with all that stuff that happened to you that you haven't handled, managed, or understood what the lesson was you were supposed to get from it. Now, I know things happen to people that are really tragic, and I'm not saying that it's a purposeful thing. I'm not even saying that you should be joyful from it. Case in point, when my mother passed, it was very hard for me. Of course, I love my mother, and I miss her greatly. But what I'm grateful for is the time I had to spend with her. I'm grateful for the fact that we had a chance to talk. We mended fences, because me and my mother were not always close. And better than that, my mother was sick, and she no longer is. So I am grateful that she is no longer in pain. You see how you can take a situation, look at it deeply, stare it in the face, and pull something positive out of it. Because until you can pull something positive out of it, you can't move away from it. I don't want you to throw your stuff away. I want you to manage your stuff. And the best way to manage your stuff is to identify it, dissect it, pull out those things that you feel that you can take forward in a positive way. Lessons learned. And then pack it up, move on. That's what you do. Mama used to say, everybody has advice. You don't have to take everybody's advice. Sometimes you just got to duck and let it go over your head. But I hope that you catch those things that you can use to move forward. We're in the tool collecting business as we journey down our path of life, in our peaks and our valleys. Valleys are where you end up learning your best life lessons. Don't avoid them. Don't be afraid, because for every peak, sweetie, there's going to be a valley. That's just the way life is. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. It is what it is. If you need some help maneuvering through your valley, dissecting those things that have held you down, all you got to do is call me. Holla, y'all know how to reach me. Do you really? Okay, I'll be waiting to hear from you. Have a fabulous day.